Chris is a commercial insurance agent with RPM Insurance and Risk Management. So how did you guys meet? What's the story there?
So we actually, through this organization, or I guess networking group called the Havana Boys.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's the cigar guys.
Club.
Yeah, that and Tim.
Through Tim Nifton.
Tim Nifton.
If you don't know Tim Nifton in this town,
Everybody
then you haven't
knows
been
Tim
around
Nifton.
enough. Yeah.
I don't even think that's I think people move into this town and know Tim.
I know.
Like,
Yeah, he's a professional networker,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He really is.
he's an awesome guy.
Have we had him on the show yet?
No, not yet. I think he's scheduled. If he's not scheduled to come on, I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's actually one of my clients. He has a virtual assistant that handles his bookings, appointments, and all that kind of stuff. So it's just super on par as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, so commercial insurance. How did you get started? Why did you even get it started with?
Yeah, before commercial insurance, I was in the mortgage game. I was helping people finance purchases of property through various things, and it was fun. I had a great time doing it. I was really good at it. Dip in the market always puts a little bit of pressure on us, but it aligned. A buddy of mine, Eric Cervantes, owns our firm, and he approached me and he said, "Hey, I got this really great opportunity. I'm expanding, and I need trusted people." Who Eric is also a Havana boy, so kind of that's how we know each other through that. And I said, "You know what? Let's give it a shot." Driving factor behind that, kind of alluded to it earlier, was I've been burned on the insurance side of things, and it's a very uncomfortable experience that I'd like to prevent business owners from having, and so that was kind of fresh on my brain.
It's like the teenager who gets a traffic ticket and says, "You know what? I'm going to be a lawyer,
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
or I'm going to be a cop,
Yeah.
and I'm going to dish the tickets out." Anyway,
But so it's I'm very passionate in that aspect of when. So I had a business, without getting into the details of it. We were sued, like most people who have businesses and or vehicles or personal homes. They just think they're covered, right? You call your insurance agent, "This is what I got. Here's how much it cost," and you think you're good to go, unless you've taken the time to really review what's going on specific to business owners, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I did the first part of that example. I did not review everything, and I thought I had certain coverages in place, which I didn't have. And when we were sued, it fell under the type of coverage I did not have. And because I didn't work directly with a broker agent, going straight to the carrier, they're not going to want to represent me. They want to represent themselves. I didn't have a middleman to really help me navigate the process on top of it. And so it was a substantial loss to the business.
now are you a broker agent now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're brokerage. Absolutely.
So you can fill in that gap, make sure people are getting the whole coverage that they need.
Exactly. We have access to over 20, 30 carriers. So not only can we pair you with the right coverages, but we can get really competitive on price because we have the opportunity to go to a lot of different carriers. And then
Jared, do you have insurance?
I do,
Okay.
but I have like really cheap insurance.
And
I have Next. I did Next, and I'm sure that's probably.
Well, Chris, I had
There's a
talked to you
space-
about.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I talked to you about wanting to sit down with you and,
Yeah.
and have that conversation. I was dead serious about it because I think that I don't know what I don't know.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And hopefully you'll.
Well,
you
I
know
think
that
that's the key factor with the commercial insurance is like, especially if you're a new business owner, you're not sure all the different ways you could be sued and
Yeah.
what you need to get covered on.
Well, and reading these policies is a lot too.
We're supposed to read
somebody
those?
Yeah, right.
Oh, dang it.
Just agree.
Great
That's
example.
what we
of-
hire you
I thought that was the terms and
Tell it to me like
we're
I'm
supposed to read that
5.
stuff.
But great example. There's our firm has this client there in the funeral service industry, and we were reviewing their previous policy with them, which they paid around $800,000 a year for.
Whoa!
Wow.
They pay a lot
I want
for
a piece of
coverages.
that.
And they had some small issues with the policy, some medium-sized issues with the policy that we addressed. But the huge problem that was glaring to us that they had no clues, like, hey, flip over to page 79. Look over and like, hey, what does this exclusion say? And they read it out loud. It excludes funeral services.
What?
Oh, no.
Funeral
Their
service
whole
company.
industry.
You literally have an $800,000 paperweight.
I would be livid.
So-
Absolutely.
It's
And that's
super
legal that they were
important.
able to be sold that without
Yeah.
somebody
How does
saying
that even-
anything?
That sounds like
It's-
they could sue somebody for that
L-
because
if-
how's not intentional?
So, you could sue for anything, which is why,
give it-
yeah, absolutely.
That's
if
the
they
whole
have,
reason he has a job.
lawyer, man, I tell you what.
Wrong job.
I should have been a lawyer.
if they have loss, I mean, there isn't anything that says they couldn't go after the insurance company for either A, coverage, or B, to be made whole again.
Well, how about all the dues paid?
But the judiciary system is
Yeah.
so expensive. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the whole reason
And
that
time
more stuff
consuming.
isn't.
Time consuming.
Yeah,
It's
and
time consuming. It's
yeah.
expensive. There's a story right now where like Amazon broke a contract with this commercial developer, and Amazon has just covered them in litigation,
Yep.
millions and millions of dollars, and like they're just barely keeping their heads above water to survive and fight
What about
it.
the
I
what
mean,
about
it's
the one
crazy.
here in San Antonio, with the eminent domain downtown?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
What's
going on?
that one
So
bar?
there's a bar downtown that they're trying to take because of eminent domain for
yeah, they're
the
trying to do
Alamo.
it for the Alamo.
They're trying to build like a
expansion.
museum. And so they offered the guy like $1 million, which the guy had a good argument because what he said was, he's like, yeah, that's what my business may be worth now. He's like, but what about in the next 5-10 years? He's
all the
like,
growth.
he's like, I would have made that if I would have stayed here. Like what about, like I'm being forced to leave, so I should get paid for all of that because, and so
Well,
that's
and
his
it's not
argument.
A highway. It's
yeah,
not
it's a great location because it's
the city just wants
it's
it.
the
They do.
That's why the
the
city
Riverwalk
wants
and
it,
everything.
that
Yeah,
one
so they're
charity.
going back and forth. I think the last thing they offered him was like
$5
$9 million.
$5 million is
Was
what
it
they were
$5
at,
million? Yeah, and he wants like $11 million, I think.
Yeah, he
you
bumped
know.
it up to
And
10.
it goes up every month.
So
That's-
yeah, right.
No,
Like,
he
so-
literally is doing
Yeah,
that.
but he's
Good for
like
him.
he wants them for what it's worth now and in the future. And I'm like, hey, he had a really good way of looking at it. I was like, that was a
You're
genius
not
way.
going to screw me. That's the
yeah,
way to look
yeah.
at it.
No, that's exactly. So he's fighting it, but yeah, the city's trying to take it.
There's a great picture from New York City of a high rise and then this little house.
Yes,
right
Oh, yeah.
next to it, right? And this is the power of people versus this eminent domain BS.
Well, the problem is eminent domain just started like after 9/11 with that whole thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
eminent domain is fairly
in
new.
Texas is
It's
pretty
not-
aggressive in the
It's not
property zones.
it's not something that, at least that's the way I understand it. I could be wrong. I'm not a lawyer. We have any lawyers?
Yeah, right.
But I'm
That's
pretty
what
sure
I saw
that
on Netflix. I don't know.
yeah, the eminent domain, the way I understood it was fairly new, and it got started after 9/11 because.
Or at least they
that.
became more aggressive.
Yeah,
with it.
or maybe
More
that's what it
aggressive
is.
about
You
it.
know.
You
Well,
can-
we're up on time.
Yeah, whoops.
So, Chris,
Went
if
fast.
folks want to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can call me at 210-909-1080. Visit the website riskprotectionmanagers.com or shoot me an email, chris@rpmmanagers.com.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Get that
All right.
commercial insurance.
As we wrap up the show, a quick reminder, check out our podcast or catch video versions of the show anytime by visiting our website at satalkradio.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got a lot of content up there. Everything gets posted on our YouTube channel. So once again, that's satalkradio.com. Other than that, you guys have a great week. We'll see you on the next one.
Appreciate you.